Looking for a way to support the MTGGoldfish.com YouTube channel and website? Well, pick up a Scoops Hero of Jank playmat from MTGGoldfishmerch.com today. Hello everyone, it's Seth, probably better known as Saffron Olive, and it's time for another edition of Much Abrew About Nothing. So this week, we are continuing to explore the London Mulligan rule and trying to do the most broken thing possible in Modern. And one of the things I realized this week while testing the London Mulligan rule is there are a lot of really degenerate graveyard-based decks, Grishelbrand, Dredge, decks like that. And while those decks can be really powerful with London Mulligans, they also scoop to graveyard hate spells, and people are pretty prepared for graveyards. I see a lot of people mulliganing into their Nile spell bombs and rest in pieces, so it's a risky plan. So I was trying to find a deck that takes advantage of the London Mulligan rule, but also doesn't care about graveyard hate, and I think we have a pretty good option here in Sram-Os. So Sram-Os, if you remember this deck, I think we played it a long time ago. Basically, you want a Sram or a Pure Steel Paladin in your opening hand, which means mulliganing aggressively for those cards, and then, in theory, you just cast it on turn 2, hopefully combo off and win the game. So we're going to see how this deck works under the London Mulligan rule. A quick reminder before we break down the deck. If you enjoy this deck and you enjoy Much Abrew in general, it would be amazing of you if you could take a second, click that subscribe button down at the bottom of your screen. It's a great way to support the channel and the site for free. So let's talk London Sram-Os, starting with the 2 cards. These are the cards that we need one in our opening hand. We have 8 cards that really matter in this deck. Sram Senior Edificer, Pure Steel Paladin, both are essentially the same, or close enough that they're the same. Whenever we cast an equipment spell or enters the battlefield in the case of Pure Steel Paladin, we get to draw a card, and these are our primary combo engines, and these are the cards that we're mulliganing for. We can't really keep a hand without Sram or Pure Steel, and the London Mulligan rule is going to help make sure that we get one of these cards, hopefully every single game to play on turn 2. The other nice thing about this deck and these cards under the London Mulligan rule is, in theory, apart from enough mana to cast these cards, we don't really need a critical mass of cards in hand to win the game, because our idea is, as we start casting our 0-mana equipment, we're going to draw more 0-mana equipment, which is in turn going to just keep drawing us through our deck until we hit something to bounce all of our stuff, replay all of our stuff, and combo off. So a hand that's like 2 lands, Sram, and a 0-mana equipment, or 2 0-mana equipment, is actually a pretty functional hand in this deck. So we're pretty happy mulliganing to 6, to 5, especially since with the London Mulligan rule, odds of us finding one of our payoffs is very high. We also have a backup payoff in Monastery Mentor, so this card doesn't combo off in the same way that Sram in Pure Steel does, but as we're casting our 0-mana artifacts, we're going to trigger Prowess a bunch, make a whole bunch of Monk tokens. If we have it out alongside Sram or Pure Steel Paladin, we go super wide, win the game, gives us a way to beat something like main deck Leyline of Sanctity, which otherwise would just beat us, or main deck Witchbane Orb. Those are cards that stop our primary win con. So Monastery Mentor, just a one-of backup plan in case our opponent happens to have one of those hate cards. So let's assume we mulligan into our Pure Steel or Sram. Next step is cast 0-mana equipment again and again and again. 4 a Quarter Shield, 4 Cathar Shield, 4 Spider Silk Net. And the important thing here is we're not really looking to equip these cards. Like, we can, like sometimes we play defense, if things go wrong in our combo fizzles, we stick them all on a Pure Steel Paladin and block. But in general, these equipment aren't for putting on our creatures. They're to be 0-mana ways to repeatedly trigger our Sram and our Pure Steel Paladin. The biggest exception is Paradise Mantle. Sometimes we do actually want to equip that and use it to add an extra mana. That can be relevant, tapping our Sram or whatever for mana, because we don't really plan on attacking with our creatures. But this gives us 20 0-mana artifacts, which means as we are drawing through our deck, we're hopefully going to just keep hitting more and more of these to keep drawing. And then our big payoffs, and the cards that are kind of just I win the game, are Retract and Hurkyl's Recall. So these cards look weird. 1 mana Retract returns all of our artifacts to hand. Hurkyl's Recall, 2 mana, but it does it to target players. So in theory, we can like target our affinity opponent and make them pick up their board. But the plan here is we're going to use these to bounce all of those 0-mana artifacts, which then allows us to play them all all again, trigger our Sram and Pure Steel again, and literally just draw through our entire deck. If we have like 3 or 4 0 mana artifacts along with a Sram or a Pure Steel and a Retract, we're basically able to just keep chaining this card draw until it becomes very hard for us to fizzle. The other important piece of this plan is Mox Opal. So Mox Opal does 2 things. First off, it essentially allows us to retract for free. We can tap it for blue mana to retract, bounce our Mox Opal and all of our other 0 mana equipment, then we replay Mox Opal untapped, so it essentially means we don't need real mana to cast Retract, and we can, on turn 2, like use both of our lands to play a Sram, start casting our 0 mana equipment with 0 mana available, and trust that we're going to hit our Mox Opal to cast our Retracts, etc, etc, etc. And it also is essential to our win condition. So our primary way of winning the game is 1 Grape Shot. So we're going to draw our entire deck by playing those equipment, bouncing them, playing them, bouncing them. Eventually we hit our 1 Grape Shot. Like I said, we're trying to win on turn 2 with this deck, so we're often not going to have any lands available to cast Grape Shot, but that's fine, because as we draw through our entire deck, we're going to hit 2 of our 4 copies of Mox Opal. We play one, tap it for red, play another one, Legend Roulette, tap the untapped one for red, Grape Shot our opponent for 20, 40 sometimes. The Storm count can get insanely high in this deck, thanks to bouncing and replaying all those 20 0 mana equipment, and that's basically the plan of the deck. We also have Noxious Revival, which does a couple of things. One of the ways this deck loses is if we keep a hand with 1 Sram or Pure Steel, and our opponent can Fatal Push or Lightning Bolt it. Noxious Revival can put our combo engine back on top of our deck for the next turn. Also can double up as a Retract. If we cast a Retract, we don't have another one in hand, we can cast Noxious Revival, put Retract back on top of our deck, cast a 0 mana equipment, draw a card, which will be the Retract, to keep comboing. Repeal, pretty sweet. Worst case, we can just 1 mana bounce a 0 mana equipment to draw 2 cards, hopefully keep our combo going. Best case, it's a way we can get out from under a Stony Silence, or whatever hate card our opponent has, a Damping Sphere, things that would shut down our Storm style combo. So good value with our combo, plus a little hedge against our opponent having a hate card. Mana base, the main thing here is very few lands. The way our combo fizzles is if we hit too many lands as we're casting all of our 0 mana equipment. So we only have 15 lands in all, and 8 of them are fetch lands, which essentially gets 2 lands out of our deck. And while deck fitting is kind of a dubious concept a lot of the time, in a deck like this, being able to pull extra lands out of our deck is actually relevant to the math of our combo continuing and not fizzling out. We can search up some shock lands, couple of basic lands, Secret Coast, so we have enough basics that we can combo off through a Blood Moon if we need to. Sideboard, we have a bunch of ways to protect our combo. Burdened Forge Tender protects our Sram or Pure Steel from lightning bolts, whatever red removal spells. Silence, especially good against counter spell decks. We can cast this and make it so our opponent can't combo our actual combo. Fragmentize, our deck can struggle to beat Stony Silence. That is a hateful card because we can't tap our Mox Opals for mana to cast our Grape Shot, so Fragmentize helps there. Also, just a fine value removal spell against artifact and enchantment decks. Can get like Damping Sphere, which is also pretty annoying. Monastery Mentor is our other plan for beating the hate cards. So as we were talking about, Leyline of Sanctity, for example, really good against Grape Shot. Stony Silence, Damping Sphere, these cards that can shut down our combo. Well, if we think our opponent's going to bring in a bunch of those, we can counter by bringing in the other 3 Monastery Mentors and plan on just going Monk Token Prowess Beatdown to win the game. Otherwise, Path to Exile for removal. Hurkyl's Recall is like a worse retract that is really good if we run into Hardened Scales or Affinity, since we can bounce all our opponent's stuff. So in those matchups, it's better. And that is London Sramos. And that's our Much Abrew deck for this week. So how good is Sramos with the new Mulligan rule? Let's get to the gameplay and find out. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I will talk to you soon. All right. Much Brew About Nothing time. We are putting the London Mulligan rule to the test with Sramos. A deck that often is mulliganing for Sram or Pure Steel Paladin, and this looks like a keep. We got a Sram, which is good. We have 2 0 mana artifacts and a repeal, which could be relevant. So the idea of this deck is to take advantage of the London Mulligan rule, but to do so in a way that doesn't lose to graveyard hate. Because that is a common theme I have seen, is decks being very powerful with the London Mulligan rule, but struggling to beat Graveyard Hate, which everyone is playing. Even in the main deck, there's a surprising number of Graveyard Hate spells. So we will just, Marsh Flats, Goo. So definitely hoping for no Thoughtseize or Inquisition. That would be bad. Bone it. Bloodstained Mire. Cracks it. Watery Grave. Untapped. And Thoughtseize. Alright. Well, now we wait. Our Sram is down. I mean, we could just draw it. We have, what, 7 more in our deck. Crack this. Grab a Hollowed Fountain. Pass the turn. Sram. Mox Opal. Well, Hollowed Fountain. Tapped. Pass the turn. Yeah, now we just gotta wait and hope we draw into another Sram or Pure Steel and it resolves. Blood Crypt. Untapped, down to 13. And Jace Vryn's Prodigy. Sure. Oh, that's Pure Steel. Alright, well, let's have some fun. Pure Steel Paladin. Sigil. Draw a card. Yes. Paradise Mantle. Draw a card. Yes. Retract is great. Cathar Shield. Now there's a good chance that we can win here. Paradise Mantle. Mox Opal. Can we still play a land? We can, right? We can. Land untapped. So let's repeal Paradise Mantle. Replay Paradise Mantle. Well, now we retract. Pick up all of our artifacts. Run it back. Draw a card. Ew. Are we fizzling? Draw a card. Draw a card. Draw a card. Mox Opal. Float blue. Noxious Revival. Retract. Pay 2 life. Draw retract. Retract. Run it back. Sigil. Draw a card. Cathar Shield. Ugh, Pure Steel, Pure Steel. Spider Silk Net. Repeal's not bad. I wonder if it's worth playing another one. I guess we should have done that earlier. Let's play Mox Opal. Float. It's so risky, though. Yeah, let's just keep going for now. Paradise Mantle. Paradise Mantle. Sigil. There's the retract. All right, now we're good. Cathar Shield. Now we should be able to win from here. Float mana. Retract Cathar Shield. Oh, and a Hurkyl's Recall. Yeah, we're doubly good. Draw a card. Mox Opal. Retract. Pick everything up. Run it back. And that is a turn 3 kill through a Thoughtseize. Cast. Now we're just looking for Grape Shot, essentially. We need one more Mox Opal and a Grape Shot, and we win. But there's not really any fizzling, because we get to play literally our entire deck now. There's Grape Shot. Storm count is 34. So now we just need one more Mox Opal. Cast. Alright, Mox Opal. Retract. Run it back. I mean, we got it. We just got to finish playing it out. Draw a card. 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 I mean, we'll just keep casting this stuff until we know we have it. Cast. Do we have Mox Opals? We don't. Only one. Cast. 10 cards. There's Mox Opal. So, play Mox Opal, add red. Play Mox Opal, keep the new one, add red. Grape Shot our opponent for 55. Yep. And opponent! Yeah, that is what we do. Don't care about your Graveyard Hate. Turn 3. Got him with our combo. That was pretty good. That was pretty impressive. Normally that turn 1 Thoughtseize is pretty devastating, but we managed to find another copy, and that was good enough. That was good enough. Do we want to change anything? We're playing green-black. So their main interaction is killing our stuff and Thoughtseizing us. I don't know if we actually want to change a whole lot here. We don't really need Path. They shouldn't have Stony Silence. Forge Tender. It stops Bolt, but that's about it. Hurkyl's Recalls for Affinity style decks. Monastery Mentor. We could bring in another Mentor just to have one more threat. I could see that. What would we cut, though? Maybe go down 1 Repeal and just run it like that. Let's try it like that. 1 additional finisher, essentially. I mean, okay. I think we keep it. Thoughtseize is bad, but we have a Sram. We have a couple of free artifacts. That's what we're looking for. Bobble for our opponent. Cracks it, takes a peek. Trying to decide how they want to fetch here. Scalding Tarn. So, they don't like their top card, apparently. Oh, not going to fetch. Interesting. Draws a card. Well, Flooded Strand, goo. We'll see what our opponent does. If they can't get rid of this Sram, we get to at least try to go for it next turn. Watery Grave, untapped, and Thought Scours. Mills some lands. Opponent. This deck, aggressively fetching out lands is pretty helpful, because that is one way that our combo fizzles, is hitting too many lands. Bobble, cracks it, peaks. Bobble, cracks it, peaks. Scalding Tarn. Oh, we'd love our opponent to just tap out here. Alright, big ol' Gurmag Angler. Opponent's passing. Well, let's crack Flooded Strand. Grab a Hollowed Fountain. Tapped. Untap. Opponent draws 2. We draw. Ooh, Pure Steel. Well, Hollowed Fountain. Untapped. Play Sram. A Quarter Shield. Draw a card. Another land. Sigil of Distinction. Draw a card. Hurkyl's Recall. Alright. Well, that's a bit of a fizzle. Pass the turn. We needed to hit a Mox Opal, I think, to keep going. Blood Crypt for our opponent. Untap, down to 14. Alright, well, let's see what they got. Next turn could be good. Next turn we have the ability to Thoughtseize. Alright. I was going to say next turn we have the ability to Pure Steel and double up and also retract, but now that's less likely. Opponent. I think we're hoping we get to keep Pure Steel. Takes Pure Steel. Can they also kill Sram? That would put us in really bad shape. Opponent gets in with Angler. Yup. Down to 12. It seems like they would have killed Sram instant speed if they could have. Polluted Delta. Death Shadow. Okay. Opponent passes. Well, here we go. So, Flooded Strand. Crack Flooded Strand. Grab a Hollowed Fountain. Untapped. Spider Silk Net. Draw a card. Retract. A Quarter Shield. Draw a card. Ooh, there's Mox Opal. That's good. Sigil. Draw a card. We might be able to just win here through double Thoughtseizes. Spider Silk Net. Draw a card. Ew, we didn't run especially well there. Well, play Mox Opal. Tap it. Repeal. Actually, let's just retract. A Quarter Shield. Draw a card. Ugh, land. Sigil. We are running pretty badly, but hopefully we can just brute force our way through this. Mentor. Spider Silk Net. Alright, there's another Spider Silk Net. Play that. Mox Opal. Well, Mox Opal. We're at 12 for Storm count? So let's just Hurkyl's Recall. Pick up all our artifacts. And opponent, they're done! We just got them! Turn 3 twice in a row! Okay. Let him mulligans. We'll take it. Sram, looking good so far. Sweet. Alright, much brew about nothing time. We are Sram-oing with London mulligans, and oh good lord. 1, 2, 3. Alright. I think we keep this. So, Flooded Strand. Crack Flooded Strand. Grab a Hollowed Fountain. Untapped. Cathar's Shield. Paradise Mantle. Mox Opal. Pure Steel Paladin. Spider Silk Net. Draw a card. Equip. 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 Pass the turn. Alright. Well, that wasn't bad. Plains for our opponent. Path to Exile. So we grab a Plains. Opponent passing. We draw. Another Plains. Well, play the Plains. Play Pure Steel Paladin. Repeal Cathar Shield. Ugh, draw another land. Cathar Shield. Draw a card. Retract. Another land. Oh, good lord. That's not great running. Equip, equip, equip. If we had known we were playing a white deck, we probably would have just waited and tried to go off on turn 2. The problem is we didn't have a second land, so it was a little bit awkward that we had to, like, rush things out because of... Oh, my God. Well, play a land. Get in for 2. Yeah, this is like Uber Flood. Hit our opponent, pass the turn. Opponent ups. Untaps. Hollowed Fountain, untapped. Oh dear. Snapcaster for path. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness. Yeah, this is not good. Not good, ladies and gentlemen. I don't think we have lands left, do we? We do not. Yup. Well, Arid Mesa, crack it. Now we need to draw multiple things. Well, Pure Steel Paladin. Equip. 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 Marsh Flats, pass the turn. We keep drawing Paladins, which is nice. Well, Crag Marsh Flats, keep thinner. We're going to have pretty much all of our lands out of our deck, which is good. Untap. Well, Paradise Mantle. Draw a card. Oh, Lord Almighty. Really? Okay. Equip. Wow. Get in with Pure Steel Paladin. Opponent opts. To the top. Well, Seachrome Coast, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 5 lands left in our deck. We have done an insane job of getting lands out of our deck. Opponent, passing. Well, get in with Pure Steel Paladin. Pass the turn. Snapcaster for opt. Okay. Well, I think this is our best window to recall. Alright, pick up the artifacts. Hope that our Pure Steel Paladin remains living, or that we draw a Sram. Opponent untaps to the top again. Flooded Strand. Cracks Flooded Strand. Ooh, is this like Teferi Tuck Pure Steel? Teferi. Alright, so we just need to draw a finisher off the top of our deck. Opponent gets in for 4, down to 11. Come on, Sram. Opal. Well, Sacred Foundry. Tapped. Ooh, I think it's slipping. Maybe we were too greedy to go for it on turn 1. Maybe we should have waited an extra turn, but we only had 1 land. Ugh, that's a tough one. Opponent gets in. Now the problem is our opponent's going to be able to counter, even if we draw a finisher, so it seems unlikely that we're going to be able to get the win here. Opponent passes. Repeal. Alright, so we play Mox Opal. We repeal Mox Opal. We play Pure Steel. I mean, we just gotta hope they don't have a counter. And there's Cryptic. Alright, I mean, I guess we technically get to live 1 more turn. No, we don't. Celestial Colonnade. Well, we'll see if they attack with it. They should. They should know our deck does not have an answer. Draws with Teferi. Well, we put our opponent to the test a little bit awkwardly on turn 1. Yeah, here comes Colonnade. Yup. It might have been better to wait. Might have been. It's close. So we have 2 considerations here. 1 is we want silence. 2 is it's hard to win through Stony Silence, which might mean we need Fragmentize. The question is, how do we make this fit? We probably have to cut Repeals. Although Repeal also deals with Stony Silence. Maybe we don't need Fragmentize. Maybe we just repeal it. Or we bring in 1 Fragmentize. What else can we cut is the question. That's the big question. Maybe we can cut Monastery Mentor. A Sigil, Noxious Revival. Try it like that. Okay, let's try it. We get to play first. This is a super easy mulligan. Oh, Lord. Man, we have 1,000,000 Stroms and Pure Steels, but no lands. Oh, I think we got to keep mulliganing. Okay, well, this will keep. This is still a bit awkward. Cathar Shield. Paradise Mantle to the bottom. Pass the turn. Flooded Strand for our opponent and passes. This is not going to be a quick win by the looks. Get a tap land. Untap. Marsh Flats. Pass the turn. We need to draw Sub-Zero mana artifacts. We have Silence and Sram. So our combo is going to be good, but we don't have anything to combo with it at the moment is our big problem. Opponent. To the top. Island. And passes. Well, keep thin in the deck. Marsh Flats. Grab a Hollowed Fountain. Tapped. Untap. Alright. Seachrome Coast, go. I don't think we can go for it with just 1 Accorder Shield. If we draw 1 more... Oh, goodness. That's not good. Well, now we need Repeals and Fragmentizes. Well, play a Sram. Play a Quarter Shield. Draw a card. Opponent pass Sram. Well, grab a Plains. That's a repeal. Alright. I mean, we're kind of putting it together, slightly. Opponent, Island, passes. We draw. Noxious Revival. Well, pass the turn. Opponent, passing. Well, let's repeal Damping Sphere. Or attempt to. Opponent's got Mana Leak. Well, Noxious Revival, repeal. Opponent appears to have even more counters. Well, untap, draw, repeal. Pass the turn. Yeah, definitely regretting not bringing in second Fragmentize here. Opponent, untaps. Passes. I don't even think we repeal yet. I think we wait. Pass the turn. Because even if we repeal, we don't actually win. Tap land. Opponent passes. We draw. Paradise Mantle. Okay. Yeah. I guess we play Mox Opal. Pass the turn. Opponent passing. We draw. Hollowed Fountain. Well, play Hollowed Fountain. Tapped. Pass the turn. Opponent. Passing. Gonna be discarding the hand size soon. Paradise Mantle. Well, pass the turn. We're getting close, but we can't win through this Damping Sphere. Opponent. We really need our opponent to tap out. Opponent. Discarding the hand size. Alright, well, pass the turn. Another silence would be interesting. Opponent opts. To the top. I assume they're looking for a land. Opponent. Wow, not a land. Alright. Passes. Well, play Paradise Mantle. Pass the turn. Oh, when do we go for this? Snapcaster for opt. Ops. Alright, so I think our plan is to repeal Damping Sphere. We draw land. Stop on our opponent's upkeep. Wow, extracts our repeal. Alright. Yeah, I don't think this is going to get the job done. Now we have very few outs to this Damping Sphere. Definitely should have brought in the second Fragmentize. Definitely. So opponent takes our repeals and opts. Yep, well, upkeep, silence, resolves. Well, if we draw silence, we have a chance. Field of Ruin, opponent, passing. Well, we'll see. Can we resolve a Sram and have it stick? Opponent passes. We draw Cathar Shield. I mean, we gotta go for it. Sram, Cryptic, yup. Alright. Yeah, and they've cut off our outs to a point where we can't actually win, unfortunately. Alright, that was a rough one. Maybe could have played it better at some point. Definitely a game one. I don't know. Tough calls. Definitely should have brought in the Fragmentize, that's for sure. Alright, much Abrew about nothing time. We are looking... this hand... Oh, we gotta keep this. We have 2 Pure Steel Paladins. We're trying to take advantage of the London Mulligan rule. And Wombo combo off with Pure Steel's Srams. This hand is awkward. We have way more lands than we want. Although that's not the worst thing, because it does mean we're less likely to draw lands while we're comboing. The good news is we have protection for 1 discard spell, Faithless Looting for our opponent. So Dredge, maybe? We need to draw 0 mana. Oh, Grizzlebrand. Ay. Alright. Crag Flooded Strand. Grab a Hollowed Fountain. Tapped. Opponent, passing. Oh, we still can't really go for it, can we? Alright, Hollowed Fountain. Untapped. Pass the turn. Actually, you know what? We go shields down. We just Pure Steel Paladin. Go. Alright, are we dead? Land. Do they have Goryo's Vengeance? Grizzlebrand's one of the decks that improves a lot with this new Mulligan rule. Especially when you don't have Graveyard Hate, which we don't. Opponent? Thinking it over. I mean, I guess it's good news that we're not literally dead yet. That might mean our opponent doesn't have it. Perhaps. Hopefully. Wow, opponent's passing? Okay, come on, 0 mana artifact, please. Please. It's a land. That is the most awkward. Well, Marsh Flats. Crack it. This is so awkward. Get a Plains. Mox Opal. Repeal Mox Opal. Into a land. Wow. Wowie zowie. How are we not doing the easy part? Get in with Pure Steel. Okay, are we dead? Land. Cracks it. That's a bad sign. Mountain. Double Simian Spirit Guide. Through the Breach. And game. Well, we did not hit a 0 mana artifact. And we weren't going to. Wow. That is one of the worst draws that I could imagine. Alright. I don't think we change anything. We run it back. That draw was so bad. We don't have Graveyard Hate. Oh, that was brutal. That was insanely brutal. Whoa! Wow. We only got 15 lands. How do we draw so many lands? How? Alright, we are on the play and... Alright, Mulligan. No Srams. Opponent thinking over their options. Alright, we keep. We put Sacred Foundry to the bottom. Opponent keeping on 7. That's a bad sign. With the new Mulligan rule, if you're keeping on 7, your hand is probably busted. Oh, opponents, they went to 6, actually. Are we dead on turn 1? Well, not yet. So, crack Marsh Flats. Grab a Hollowed Fountain. tapped. Untap. Retract. Well, Flooded Strand. Crack it. Grab a Hallowed Fountain. Untapped. Pure Steel Paladin. Paradise Mantle. Draw a card. 0-mana artifact, please. Alright, Paradise Mantle. We might be able to go off now. We might have the turn 2 kill, depending on how well we run. Noxious Revival is actually good. Play Mox Opal. Retract. Paradise Mantle. Paradise Mantle. Come on, more 0-mana artifacts, please. Ugh. Well, Mox Opal. Retract. We really wanted to draw more 0-mana artifacts. Paradise Mantle. Paradise Mantle. There we go. Now we're hitting stuff. A Quarter Shield. Oh, we just drew the retract? All right, this is working. Sigil. Now we're in pretty good shape. We're up to 4, and we have another retract. Up to 5. Draw. Mox Opal. Retract. And this is looking like a turn 2 kill. Well, welcome to New Modern, ladies and gentlemen. An opponent not even going to make us play it out. We got enough redraws. They scoop it up, and that's how you play Modern. Kill or be killed. That is the plan. Well, run it back. Run it back. That's the game. That is it. All right. Can we get one more? We're on the draw this game, which... We are on the draw here for game number 3. Okay. This hand... Nothing. It's too slow. Yeah, we're going to ship this. This hand's not bad. We will put Sigil to the bottom. All right. We'll see how quickly our opponent can kill us. We have redundant combo pieces, which is nice. But if we don't have Graveyard Hate, so if our opponent can just kill us on turn 1, they kill us on turn 1. Blood Crypt, untapped. Looting. Grizzlebrand in the graveyard. Well, do they have the Goryo's Vengeance? That is el question. Arid Mesa go. We have a not bad chance of winning on turn 2, but if our opponent kills us on turn 2 on the play, opponent, passing, I'll crack Arid Mesa, grab a Hallowed Fountain, tapped, untap. Do we go for it? Flooded Strand, crack it. I think we have to. Take a Hallowed Fountain, untapped, play Sram, Spider Silk Net, draw a card. Alright, opponent has a removal spell. Another Marsh Flats. Alright, pass the turn. Well, we still have a backup in this Pure Steel Paladin. Are we dead? Opponent, no Goryo's Vengeance, come on. Oh dear, they drew it. Alright, Night's Whisper. Well, now we really need to win this turn. Swamp. Oh! That's unfortunate. Okay, now we need another Sram. Not a Sram. Well, land go. Yeah, that's rough. Opponent had a lot of interaction somehow. Bloodstained Mire. And I'm assuming we're dead to Through the Breach. Cracks Bloodstained Mire. Yeah, opponent had double action. Thoughtseize and also Terminate. Faithless Looting. Opponent thinking. And looting. Well, opponent's tapped out. This means we are drawing live. We're drawing live for a Sram or a Pure Steel to potentially win the game. Take a Hallowed Fountain. Tapped. Come on, deck. 6 out of a lot. That's Pure Steel. Okay. Well, game on. Play Pure Steel Paladin. Marsh Flats. Crack it to thin our deck. Sacred Foundry untapped. And we got to parlay this into a win. Paradise Mantle. Draw a card. Paired Spider Silk Net. We got the Opal. We need a retract. Sigil. That's a redraw. Okay. If we hit a retract, we should be able to win. Draw a card. Spider Silk Net. Redraw. We do have a lot of lands out of our deck, which is helpful. That's a land. Uh-oh. Come on, deck. Repeal. Retract. Re-something. Well, redraw. Cathar Shield. Come on, deck. Well, okay. Equip. And we fizzled. Equip. Equip. Ugh. Well, that's unfortunate. Equip. Play Mox Opal. Pass the turn. Hilariously, we can beat a Goryo's Vengeance here. We're not really set up well to beat through the breach. They just have terminate. Okay. Man, opponent's drawn a lot of removal and looting. This is actually a really close game. Opponent discards some stuff, 2 cards in hand, passes. We draw. Paradise Mantle. Well, pass the turn. Tormenting Voice. Draws. Opponent. Tormenting Voice. Draws. Swamp. Pack Rat. Okay. Well, the bad news is we only get 1 redraw. Alright, Pack Rat resolves. We gotta go for it, though, I think. Noxious Revival. Pure Steel on top. Untap. Pure Steel. Play Pure Steel. Command Retract or Repeal. Paradise Mantle. Draw another Noxious Revival. Well, okay. Equip them up. Equip. Boy, the fizzling. This has been very awkward. Equip, and equip. And sure, why not? This doesn't do anything, but yeah, let's equip it. Pass the turn. Well, we got defense for this Pack Rat. Found it. We have several draws that are just, I win the game, but we cannot hit them. Opponent. Faithless Looting. If they find another way to kill our Pure Steel, that's so bad. How many Terminates can they have? They've already used 2. This is a combo deck. Noxious Revival can fizzle. It can fizzle a Goryo's Vengeance, which is relevant. We still need a draw, though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ugh, come on, deck. Oh, my God. All right. Well, let's continue to be awkward. Get in with Pure Steel. This has been some insanely unfortunate running. Pass the turn. Opponent makes a rat. Discards a land. Untaps. Repeal. Retract. Hercule's Recall. We need one of those cards. And we're kind of running short on time because eventually our opponent's going to be able to pack rat us. Opponent. Combat. Attacks. Well, we will block. Oh, no. Okay, discards through the breach, makes a rat. Well, we will block. I mean, this is it. This is it. Block a Pack Rat. Drop to 9. Come on, deck. Come on, deck. Give us our draw. Oh! It's a retract. That's what we are looking for. So, retract. Paradise Mantle. Draw a card. Spider Silk Net. Draw a card. Oh, we should have it now. Spider Silk Net. Draw a card. Yes. Oh, now we're super good. Sram. Spider Silk Net. And we got there. It was not pretty. Uh-oh. Okay, opponent just makes a Pack Rat. That's fine. We are not going to lose from here. I don't know if it's possible that we lose from here, actually. We have everything we need. Storm count 7. We just need our Gut Shot. That's it. We don't even have to go crazy. We just need to draw Gut Shot and we win. I'll play the land. Crack it. Plains. Pure Steel Paladin. Draw 3. Yep. Storm count up to lethal. Man, our opponent had a very weird hand for their deck. They had a ton of disruption, but they did not ever really find a way to combo. Draw. Yup. Paradise Mantle. And opponent, they know what's coming. We will hit our Grape Shot eventually, and we survive. We fizzled for a while, but came through in the end. Sweet. All right, much brew about nothing time. We are testing out Sramos under the new London Mulligan rule. We went from 0 Srams to 0 land, so we're going to 5? All right. We will keep it 5, putting Hercule's Recall and Mox Opal to the bottom. Flooded Strand, go. So if we draw land, we can try to go for it. Polluted Delta for our opponent. Land? No land. All right, pass the turn. Another Sram is some nice protection in case one dies. Hallowed Fountain, opponent, untaps. And Creeping Tar Pit. Land? Sram. Okay. Well, lots of Srams, but not many lands. Watery Grave tapped. Opponent passes. Land? Well, it is a land. Well, Sacred Foundry, untapped. Crack Flooded Strand. Hallowed Fountain, untapped. Sram, opponent. Spell Snare. Alright, pass the turn. Well, we're mostly hoping our opponent taps out now. That's our hope. Hope and dream. Field of Ruin. Opponent. Passing. Well, I mean... Sram? Cryptic Command. Alright. We can't catch a break here. A little slow. Creeping Tar Pit. Opponent passes. Yeah, I mean, pass the turn. Opponent. Illumination. Draw some cards. Polluter Delta. Opponent. Passes. Well, Marsh Flats, go. Yeah, I don't know how we win from here. Illumination. Oh, opponent's got 8 cards in hand. Alright. Opponent. Island. Jace. Well, I mean, I guess this is it. Opponent brainstorms with Jace. I mean, I guess we just play Pure Steel, and if it's answered, then we scoop it up and go to sideboarding. Opponent. Passing. Well, I mean, crack Marsh Flats. Grab a Hallowed Fountain. Tapped. Untap. Opponent's discarding to hand size. I mean, Pure Steel Paladin. Seems unlikely our opponent has no answer. A Quarter Shield. Fatal Push. And we scoop it up. Well, we mulliganed a lot. We didn't find... We didn't find a land quickly enough, and it gave our opponent a lot of time to assemble their counters. So, Silence is in. Go down 1 Noxious Revival. Go down a Hercules Recall. We need 1 Fragmentize. Go down Sigil and Mentor. Try it like that. Yeah, the control matchup does not seem easy for this deck. It seems like by far one of our harder matchups. Alright, we get to play first. Ugh, again. Yeah, let's mulligan. Alright, I mean, this one we will keep. Put Repeal to the bottom. Sacred Foundry tapped. Pass the turn. Opponent. Watery Grave. Untapped. Passes. Well, pass the turn. We don't really have enough ammunition to try to combo off here. Opponent opts. We only have 1 equipment. Glacial Fortress. Opponent. Passing. We draw. Arid Mesa. We'll play Arid Mesa. Pass the turn. Next turn, we might have to go for it. The silence is nice. That does make sure we get to resolve our Sram. I just wish we had more artifacts to go with it. Opponent. Island. Well, crack Arid Mesa. Get a Hallowed Fountain tapped. Untap. Well, alright. So we will silence. Boy, that's a blowout. That is a blowout. Takes our Sram. Oh, we draw into a Sram. Alright, we have a chance. Play Sram. A Quarter Shield. Draw a card. We need an Opal, though. A Spider Silk Neck. Draw. Oh. Alright. Well, yeah. The fizzle is in. And now our Sram dies. Yeah, that's bad news. Opponent, combat. Gets in with Vendilion Click. We take it. Down to 16. Path Exile. Kills our Sram. We grab a land. And a Damping Sphere. Is there any way out of this? Alright, pass the turn. So much disruption. Opponent. Oh. Casting things or cycling things. Untaps. Draws. Goes to combat. Yeah, this might be our worst matchup in all of Modern. The hardcore control decks. Gets in. Down to 13. Opponent. Swamp. Well, I mean, repeal Damping Sphere or attempt to. Alright. Retract. Untap. Oh. Strip Mine Field of Ruin. Alright, let's retract. Pick up our stuff. Get strip mined. Yup. Jeez. Well, let's Grape Shot. Yeah, same targets. Kill Vendilion Click. Opponent untaps. Strip Mind again. Yeah. Oh, this has went very badly. And a Damping Sphere. It keeps getting worse. Opponent passes. Fragmentize. Pass the turn. I mean, if we can find a land to silence Pure Steel, we have a shot, sort of. We're Strip Mine proof because we're out of non-basics. Bone it. Runs out. Snapcaster. For Illumination. Interesting. Okay. Well, land please to win? Yeah, we gotta go for it. Pure Steel, Spider Silk Net. And that is why we needed to draw land. Oh, well, we got beat by Strip Mines. That is essentially what happened there. It's a rough matchup, and our opponent was able to aggressively Strip Mine us, and we came up a mana short. That's the TLDR. Well, that was rough. All right, much brew about nothing time. We are Sramming it up. Oh, man. All right, we're keeping this. We are Sramming it up in Modern. This hand is a land away from being good. A land away from being really good. Flooded Strand, go. Worst case, how would we do it? Paradise, Mox Opal, Sram. Yeah, we're going to wait and just hope we draw land. Opponent. Hardened Scales. Oh, come on, land. Come on, land. Whoo! All right. Crack Flooded Strand. Grab a Plains. Flooded Strand. Crack Flooded Strand. Grab a Hollowed Fountain. And we are off to the races. Sram. Paradise Mantle. Draw a card. Into Cathar Shield. Cathar Shield. Draw a card. Into Sigil. Sigil. Draw a card. Into Sigil. Sigil. Draw a card. If we hit a retract, we just win here on turn 2, I think. Because we have these Mox Opals. Spider Silk Net. Hurkyl's Recall is actually good. We can make that work if we have to. I think we're going to win this turn on turn 2. A Quarter Shield. So we play a Mox Opal. Float it for blue. Mox Opal. Keep the new one. Float for blue. Hurkyl's Recall. Bounce our artifacts. Run it back. Paradise Mantle. Draw a card. Cathar Shield. Draw a card. Sigil. Draw a card. Yeah, odds are pretty heavily in favor of us winning this turn. Repeal, that's good. Spider Silk Net, Paradise Mantle, and oh, there's a retract. All right, now winning should be guaranteed. Repeal, a Quarter Shield. Just keep running stuff out. We're actually not that far away from just winning. We need Grape Shot, and we need... Well, there's all the lands. We need Grape Shot, and we need... okay, another Mox Opal. So play Mox Opal. Float mana. Retract. Run it back. And all we need is one more Mox Opal, and we just have the turn 2 win. And this went pretty well. Do we have a Mox Opal? Not yet. All right. Spider Silk Net. I mean, Storm Count is plenty high enough. We just need the mana to cast Grape Shot. Spider Silk Net. That kind of looks like an opal. That's an opal. All right. Mox Opal. Red. Mox Opal. Keep new Mox Opal. And our opponent's going to die with not much going on. Grape Shot, yeah. Yup. Same targets. And that was about as good as it gets with this deck. Turn 2 kill. And this might be a decent matchup. Our opponent's deck does not have that much interaction. This might just be a matchup that is set up for Sram. With the London Mulligan roll. Yeah. All right. And die. Ping, 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 ping. Down to 0. And yeah, I mean, that's why you play the deck, is because sometimes you just do that, and it is absurd. All right. Opponent's playing Affinity, or Hardened Scales. Well, we want the Hurkyl's Recall, because that's hate and a combo piece. We can probably go down like... let's go down like 2 Repeals, 1 Noxious Revival. Go up to 2 Fragmentizes because it could have like Damping Sphere and run it like that. Just the Hurkyl's Recalls are also pretty good. We naturally have hate cards for the artifact decks, so that's kind of the double whammy. This hand, no Sram, no Pure Seal, no keep. No keep. Yikes. We're really mulliganing. Mulligan to 4. Yeah, going to 4. All right, we will keep it 4. Put back. Mox Opal. A quarter shield. Cathar shield. 4 is for our opponent. Well, this is not a dream draw. Grape shot. All right, Flooded Strand, go. We need to hit 0-mana artifacts. Gavany Township. Opponent. Mox Opal. And... Damping Sphere. All right. Well, crack Flooded Strand. Grab a Hollowed Fountain. Opponent. Getting in. Yup. Down 18. Well, Flooded Strand. Crack it. Grab a Plains. And Sram. But no follow-up at the moment. Pass the turn. Yeah, we got to get rid of Damping Sphere before we can really combo off. Steel Overseer. Opponent. Passes. Well, Pure Steel Paladin. Yeah, go attacking. Pass the turn. Opponent. Alright, there's a Walking Ballista. And a Welding Jar. Okay. Counters on the Dorks. Opponent. Gets it. Yup. Down to 15. Passes. I'll play Arid Mesa. Crack Arid Mesa. Sacred Foundry. Untapped. Paradise Mantle. Draw a card. Draw a card. Yes. A Quarter Shield. Draw a card. Draw a card. Yes. Paradise Mantle. Draw a card. Draw a card. Equip. 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 Pass the turn. Yeah, I guess we attack. Kind of free. Opponent. We need a Hercules Recall. That's the main thing we need here. Ugh, Ravager. Okay. Sack. Oh, Sack Stamping Sphere. Interesting. Hardened Scales. Oh, does this mean we're dead? Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, the Damping Sphere got us. That's fine. Yeah. Well, we're on the play, and hopefully they don't draw Damping Sphere. Maybe we keep in a repeal. Ugh. Oh, it's tough. Let's cut one Sigil. Actually, let's cut Monastery Mentor. It's not good in this matchup. Keep in the repeal. We got to get out from under Damping Sphere. So we get to play first. This hand is not a keep. This hand is a keep. Put Hollowed Fountain to the bottom. So, Flooded Strand. Go. We can try to go off on turn 2, potentially. Tap land for our opponent. Well, crack Flooded Strand. Grab a Hollowed Fountain. Tapped. Untap. Oh boy. We are a Mox Opal away from winning, potentially. Crack this, grab a Plains. Pure Steel Paladin. Graft us? Well, if we draw a Mox Opal, we might be able to just actually combo off and win here. Oh, retract. Fragmentize. Plains. Well, equip. 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 Pass the turn. Big enough that we don't get dismembered. Damping Sphere. Okay. That is fine. Opponent passes. Fragmentize. Well, play a Plains. Fragmentize Damping Sphere. Retract. Spider Silk Net, draw a card. Paradise Mantle, draw a card. Spider Silk Net, draw a card. Spider Silk Net, draw a card. A Quarter Shield, draw a card. Equip Pure Steel Paladin. Tap it for blue. Retract. Spider Silk Net, draw a card. Paradise Mantle, card. Spider Silk Net, card. Spider Silk Net, card. A Quarter Shield, card. Sigil, card. We haven't hit an Opal. A Quarter Shield. And that's where we fizzle. Alright. Well, pass the turn. Discard Seachrome Coast and Sram. We could have equipped it up. We're kind of okay with our opponent killing our Pure Steel and spending their turn doing that. Tap land. Walking Ballista. Gets to graft on it. Yep. Yeah, maybe we should have equipped it. Opponent. Pings. And pings. Sure. Passes. Well, we untap. There's our Opal. Well, play Pure Steel Paladin. Hollowed Fountain, untapped. Play Pure Steel Paladin. Mox Opal. Repeal Mox Opal. Mox Opal. Repeal Spider Silk Net. Spider Silk Net. Draw 2. A Quarter Shield. Draw 2. Alright, well, equip. 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 And pass the turn. Well, that's a little fizzly. Opponent. We're like one draw away. Arcbound Ravager. Yup. Arcbound Worker. Sure. Oh, we have a lot of draws that just close out this game. Opponent passes. Cathar Shield. So Flooded Strand, Crack It, Sacred Foundry, Untapped, Pure Steel Paladin, Cathar Shield, draw 3, Paradise Mantle, draw 3, Cathar Shield, draw. We're probably going to have to stop drawing at some point because we don't want to mill ourselves out. We only got 16 cards. Draw. Yeah, we should be able to win from here. Draw. No. Storm count 7. Storm count 8. Noxious Revival. Retract. Sigil. Draw. Let's equip this. Equip. Hurkyl's Recall our opponent. Pick up our artifacts, recast them. And this should just do it. We don't even have to draw cards. We just have to not draw cards and we get the Storm kill. And that is Pure Steel on the London Mulligans. And Sramos is looking good. 16, 17, and our opponent, they know it's over. We got the deck, and not bad. Finishing with a 3-2, which means the kids are eating. The kids are eating with Sram combo, and I like this deck with London Mulligans. I actually really do. It has the upside of a lot of the other combo decks, except you also don't just lose to Graveyard Hate, which is a big benefit. Well, let's open our treasure chest. Treasure chest, 1 of 1 for our 3-2, and we get... wrong, Arcbound. Overseer, not quite as valuable as Ravager. Adaptive Automaton, that's a play points. All right, well, Sram, looking good with London Mulligans. Not bad at all. All right, well, we'll talk about it in the wrap-up, sweet. So why don't we learn this week about London Sram-Os, and overall, we played a competitive league. We finished 3-2, which it's a pretty fine performance. Not insane, but a winning record, coming out a little bit ahead. I did have to replace one match in game 2 or 3 of the league. I had someone come to my door in the middle of the match, and I timed out and had to concede and wasn't able to finish it. So I replaced that one with a 1-player queue match, which we ended up losing. That was a Esper control match. So overall, the deck... man, it is very functional under the London Mulligan rule. We did not really ever have problems finding a Sram, finding Pure Steel, even finding doubles to have some protection. So that part of the deck is insane, and it is way more powerful with the London Mulligan rule. On the other hand, there still are some issues with the deck. While the combo is really powerful since it doesn't rely on the graveyard, there are things that beat it. If we're on the play or the draw, turn 1 Thoughtseize can take our 1 Sram or Pure Steel. We probably won't find another one, so that's a problem. If our opponent leaves up mana on turn 1 or turn 2, they can potentially kill our Sram or Pure Steel before we can combo off. So there is some amount of risk involved. On the other hand, the deck is really good at winning on turn 2 or turn 3, and that happens way more consistently with the London Mulligan rule than it did with the old Mulligan rule, because now we're almost guaranteed to have a Pure Steel or a Sram. Like, it's so unlikely that we don't hit it, and often hitting it with enough cards in hand that we can go for the combo on turn number 2. We even tried once on turn number 1. That was probably a little risky, but still, in theory, you can win on turn 1 with the most insaniest of insane hands. So really, the deck is really powerful. Most of our wins came on turn 2, turn 3, which is really fast even by modern standards, but that is disruptible. There are answers to it in certain matchups. The other thing I would say is we might be able to possibly make the deck a little more consistent. One card I'm really interested in is Leyline of Sanctity, which would give us a way to stop the discard problem. Our opponent just thought seizing our 1 Sram or Pure Steel. On the other hand, there is a cost to bringing in something like Leyline, and the cost is we're going to hit it while we're comboing off sometimes, and that can help us fizzle our combo. So there is a risk of bringing bringing in too many non-zero mana equipment cards that we are going to weaken our combo and make it less consistent, but still, in this case, it might be worth it. It might be worth the Leyline of Sanctity, because that would cut out one of our biggest obstacles to winning, and we're kind of already doing that with Burrington Forge Tender, although I'm not 100% sure. I wish there was a better option. It's nice that it could save our Sram or Pure Steel from a red spell, but it would be nice if we had something that we could play on turn 1, sit out there, fizzle a Path to Exile, a Fatal Push, or whatever. So those are the things I'm thinking of with the deck. But really, if you want to kill people on turn 2, kill people on turn 3, this deck is a really good option, especially under the London Mulligan rule. I like that it kind of zags around the most common hate in the format, which is definitely Graveyard Hate, and that was what brought me to this deck to begin with, as I mentioned in the intro, is that a lot of times you have played these really busted Graveyard decks, but then your foe's just like, alright, turn 1 Graveyard Hate, and you're like, okay, maybe this wasn't a good plan. Sramos dodges around that Graveyard Hate while still taking advantage of the mulligans to making sure it hits its combo pieces. So I don't know. I feel like the deck has definitely gotten better with the London Mulligan rule. There's still issues. There's still things that can beat it. I am interested in trying 4 Leyline of Sanctity in the sideboard. We never brought in the Path to Exiles. I guess maybe they're necessary for something like Thalia would be a problem creature-wise. But really, I feel like maybe we can change the sideboard a bit to solve a couple of the deck's problems. And then the deck becomes even more unbeatable, because this deck is one of the single best decks in Modern at just putting the opponent to the test on turn number 2. Like, you run your stuff out and you're like, okay, do you have the specific answer to my Sram or Pure Steel right now? If yes, okay, you probably got us, or at least you live for a while. If no, we just win the game on turn 2. And that's a lot of pressure for decks, even for Modern decks. So I feel like Sramos, it's moving up the rankings thanks to the London Mulligan rule. If we can fix those couple of problems, it would get even better. But even as it is, you can definitely win a lot of games with it, and it does it in a really janky, weird way. Like, who would have thought casting a bunch of Accorder Shields, Cathar Shields, just Sigil of Distinction with no counters, these horrible, horrible zero-mana equipment, would actually lead to a legit deck in Modern. And I feel like with the London Mulligan, that's where we're at now. So anyway, that's been London Sramos. That's been our Abrew for this week. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I will talk to you soon. Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, help us out by clicking that like button down below. And to keep up on all the latest and greatest, click that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit that bell icon to get alerts whenever we have new videos. And if you want to, check out some of our other sweet videos here and here.